Hazakim ubruchim. B'skala mitzvot. As we try to embark another marriage workshop, marriage seminar, how to promote the message of shalom, peace, compromise, understanding at home. Because if you look at every Geulah, for example, Purim, how the Geulah of Purim happened? Because of marriage of Esther and Achashverosh. How the Geulah of Pesach happened? Because of marriage of Amram and Yocheved, and Moshe Rabbeinu was born. So every Geulah has a root in marriage. For example, creation. The whole idea of Maaseh Bereshit, creation, came about when Hashem commanded Bnei Adam and Hava, Pru Urvu. The first mitzvah of Torah, marriage. You have to get married and multiply. Pru Urvu. So we see in every aspect of any growth, you have the condition of marriage. And that's why marriage is so essential in Judaism. Marriage affecting our Olam Hazeh and our Olam Haba. Marriage is not because of our goof, our body, but rather it's because of our neshama. And that's the only partnership that Hashem is involved. Naaseh Adam b'salmenu. Ish ve'isha zachu shechina b'nehem. So we are not getting ready, really married for ourselves. We're getting married for the partnership with Hashem. And that's the whole idea of marriage. Now let's come back to the title of tonight, the treasure of marriage. I mean, if this topic was discussed 200, 300, 500 years ago, the treasure of marriage means what treasure can you find in marriage? But nowadays, this topic means you need to have a treasure in order to get married. That's the whole idea of the treasure of marriage. It depends how you translate and relate to it. But I want to go step by step since Baruch Hashem, this lecture is getting recorded and is also on social media live. And I'm sure we all have different opinion about this topic, the treasure of marriage. Treasure of marriage. Let me ask you something. If someone tells you about $100,000 bonus from your job, how do you get it? How do you apply for it? What would be the first thing comes to your mind? $100,000 loan or gift or bonus from your job. What would be your idea? How are you going to apply for it? First move. Filing application, talking to someone. But if someone tells you, listen, there is a treasure in this piece of land, what would be then your reaction? What would be your first step, your first approach?
To buy the land.
Oh, to buy the land, very good. Would you talk to someone about this? No. When someone tells you, listen, there is a grant that you could win $100,000 bonus or gift from your company, you ask around, how can I apply for it? But when someone tells you there is a treasure in this piece of land, you try to keep it what? Secret. One of the prerequisite and requirement of finding the treasure in marriage is what? Keep it secret. Don't discuss too much about your marriage with others. Keep it secret. The same way that you find out about the treasure, you keep it secret. The same thing about your marriage. Keep it secret. Why you want to keep it secret when you find a treasure? Why? When you hear or you find out about the treasure, why you want to keep it secret?
You don't want anybody else to have it.
Exactly. You don't want anyone else to have it. Same thing in marriage. Keep it secret because you don't want to lose it. You don't want a competition in your own marriage. Keep it secret. Keep it private. A marriage who is private, not exposed, not shared. The marriage which is private and secret is the marriage that you will find a treasure of. But if you don't want to keep your marriage secret, you want to discuss it, you want to talk to people about it, you want people have opinion about it, you let people interfere in your marriage, you lost the treasure already. And you realize, I already revealed my secret. There is no more secret here. There is no more treasure here. And you're gonna lose it. That's why one of the first requirements of a successful marriage, a treasurable marriage, to keep it what? Private, secret, between you and your wife, between you and your spouse, your husband. You don't have to share your privacy in marriage with others. Even though you might think they might be able to help you, you don't have to tell them what fight you had. You don't have to tell them what vacation you had. Keep your marriage secret. This way you are protecting the treasure of your marriage. Next, let's go back to treasure. Usually, when someone tells you there is a treasure in this piece of land, do you see it right away?
You have to do.
Exactly. It is hidden. If you want the treasure in your marriage too, you have to know is not noticeable, is hidden, makhfir. You cannot just by dating someone or by marrying someone as you buying a piece of land. What is the treasure? Come on, you have to dig. It's hidden. I thought I'm gonna be the best person in life, happiest wife, happiest husband in life. Okay, but you have to dig out. It's hidden. It's not obvious with naked eyes. You have to dig. So let me ask you something. Even someone comes and tell you, listen, a real estate broker, agent, neighbor, old friend, in this piece of land, there is a treasure. Are you going just based on the words, buy that piece of land or invest in that land? Would you do it because someone said that there is a treasure in this land? Would you do it? Why not? Excuse me?
You don't know if they're telling the truth or not.
Exactly. So means you have to believe in them. You have to believe in that, yes, in this piece of land, I have a first-hand information, and I believe, even though it's not clear, is not known, is not obvious, but I believe there is a treasure in this piece of land. Based on the history, based on the research, based on some information, I know there is a treasure in this land. Has to do with your belief. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. Same thing in marriage. You want a treasure of your marriage? You have to believe in the person, either your wife or your husband. You have to believe in this marriage that, yes, there is a treasure here. If you're doubtful, if you're not sure, if you don't trust your partner, your marriage, and you think you got tricked, and really you could have a better chance, different place. If you are not 100% sure and you don't have a confidence, you don't believe in your marriage, you won't find the treasure. You cannot say, well, you know, I'm a very good wife, I'm a very good husband, but I don't know why I don't have a happy marriage. You don't know why? Because you don't believe in your marriage. You don't trust your marriage. You don't invest in your marriage because you don't think there is something hidden potential here. You always believe in seeing is believing. Since you don't see it in your marriage, those advantages or those treasure that always you were dreaming about, that's why you don't trust your marriage and you want to somehow cut it out. I don't think we are for each other. I don't think, you know, why? Because you don't see the potential, because you cannot trust what is hidden. You don't believe and you don't want to keep it secret. You talk to everyone about it. Last night he did that, last night she did that, last week this, we since 2 months ago we are arguing about this, or you kind of show no trust and you want to get everyone's approval. What do you think? This, that. If you believe in the hidden treasure and you keep it secret, you don't need anyone's approval. Let me tell you, most of the marriages, most of the shalom bayit problems that couples have, because they're looking for others' approval. What do you think? You know, she surprised me with this. What do you think? He kind of bought this ring instead of that for me. What do you think? We're looking people to satisfy us, to approve us. No, Baruch Hashem, you have a good marriage, you have a good husband, you have a good wife. If you believe in it, you don't have to look for approval. That's it. I know there is a treasure under the ground. As Mishle Shalom HaMelech says, in tahpesena kakasev b'chamat monim tahpesena az tavim yirat Hashem. If really you're looking for yirat Hashem, is not with your eyes. You cannot find it with your eyes. You have to find it with your heart. You have to, like a metal detector, You have to use your heart to see if there is any Yirat Shamayim here or not. Same thing. If you want to treasure in your marriage, you have to use your senses, your hidden senses, your emunah. You know what? I think there is a potential in this marriage. I think we could build up the good family. We could raise a good children. I think he could be a good husband for me. I could be a good wife for. We don't need other people's approval as long as I believe in two hidden secret that's already a treasure and we handle it ourselves. So far, what is the main treasure that we could really achieve in life? Which one? This one or that one? Which one is the main treasure? You know, last week, I think it was Tuesday. Usually a lottery drawing is Tuesday, Mega Million or whatever, which was 1.3 billion, was last Tuesday.
I had nobody won.
Of course, someone won.
No?
A Syrian Jew in New Jersey.
I was there.
So he got it finally out of 1.3 billion after taxes, after this, after that. He got, he got $256 million, So that's what I was surprised to. So he got $256. But let me tell you something. Are you happy for him? All of a sudden, $256 million in your bank account. Is it going to improve your Shalom Bayit? Is it going to improve your Emunah and Tefillah and Mitzvot? You have to be very strong to be able to handle it. Such a big change, $256 million all of a sudden. And today when I was preparing for my speech, I found a new friend recently, which is called Meta AI, Artificial Intelligence. So I get to the AI that what's the difference? What are the comparisons? What are the connections between treasure and marriage? One of the ideas that he said, which was very interesting, he said, treasure could happen suddenly. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, you were digging, you were in the attic, you were in the basement. All of a sudden, you see, treasure. Treasure can happen suddenly. I'm sure you heard many stories about that. But marriage is over the time. If you want the treasure of marriage, you have to be patient. You cannot expect to be surprised all of a sudden, overnight. Here, I so happy. I achieve happiness in marriage. There is no such a thing. Even Hashem, when he created the world, gradually, step by step, from Tohu Vavohu to Vayichulu Hashamayim Va'aretz, it took Hashem 6 days. Couldn't Hashem, with a press of button, create everything? Hashem wanted to teach us, don't expect immediate change. Be patient, gradually. Even after 6 days, Shlomo HaMelech, Ein Hadash Tahad Hashamesh. Whatever you see, it was before. Nothing is new. You may ask, how about internet? You never know. We don't know. But Ein Hadash Tahad Hashamesh. Maybe different type of internet wasn't different. As you know, still are amazed how these Egyptians, those time, they built these structures in Egypt. They have their own technique. And even NASA still using some idea from the old ancient science and astronomy that they knew in Gemara Brachot. Shemuel, one of the Amoraim, says the roads of the sky means all the stars and the planets and everything is like roads of highways and roads of Naharda, his city for me. He was so into astronomy. They knew that star, this, that. They didn't have GPS. Everything based on a star. They knew the weather. They knew about direction. They knew about time, about season, everything from. There were already certain sciences before. That's why Hashem couldn't bring internet, Wi-Fi, all this technology, electricity. Why we had to wait 300 years ago, 200 years ago to have sort of industrial revolution. Hashem couldn't have it right away from the beginning of creation. Slowly but surely, Hashem wants to teach us. Avraham Avinu couldn't have children from the beginning of his marriage. Why at the age of 99? Because everything has its own timing. Same thing, marriage. The treasure of marriage, you need to be patient. It comes over the time. Not all of a sudden, I'm married 2 years, 3 years, 5 years past. But I thought I will be happily ever after. All these media, all these Hollywood, all these movies telling me happily ever after. We had such a good wedding. I thought if I have a good, fancy, expensive wedding, I will have a good marriage too. Wedding, nothing has to do with a marriage. Wedding is only 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. Marriage is a lifetime. You cannot base your marriage on your wedding. Sometimes we make this judgment for others. What a wedding they had. Really, she's so happy. What a wedding they had. The wedding doesn't tell you what marriage you will have. So you cannot say, simple wedding, not that fancy. I don't know if this marriage is for me. Wedding, nothing has to do with the marriage. Two different things. So let's go back here. In order to find the treasure in your marriage, especially talking to our children and new generation that are looking, waiting for everything big and immediate change, we have to tell them, you got to be patient. It happens over time. As soon as you plant, doesn't grow, you don't have the fruits. You have to water it. You have to nurture it. Yes, same thing, marriage. You have to water it. You have to maintain it. Then you get the fruits, treasure of marriage. But let's go again back to the treasure. Truly, I mean, let's be honest to each other. Let's be honest to ourselves. Which one will ready to work harder for the treasure or for the marriage? Which one will ready to work harder? Just be honest. Excuse me? Okay, Jason, correct? Okay, Jason. You said people, average people, ready to work harder for marriage than their treasure, correct?
That's my belief.
You said it. According to you, people ready to work harder on their marriage than the treasure, correct? Let me ask you something. How many successful businessmen you know that are not married? How many successful businessmen you know that are not married? Why? Because they rather to work hard on their money, treasure, and company than to work on their marriage. How many successful businessmen that have issue, shalom bayit problems, and are divorced? Why? Because they ready, Alberto, they ready to compromise on their treasure, company, partnership, everything, but they don't want to compromise on their marriage partner. Am I right or wrong, Jason?
You're right.
You better say the truth. So, this is our misconception. No matter what a bad work, bad day we have in the office, still next day we go to work with hope of a better day. But marriage, if I have a one bad day, I'm gonna remember it. I'm gonna stretch it to the next day bad day. I'm gonna stretch it.
Man, forget the next day.
Man, okay. I'm gonna stretch it to the next week, to the next month. One incident at home could take months to be rectified, to be cleaned up. But one incident in business, in the matter of not hours, in the matter of day or two, is already what? Reconcile. Why? Because we're ready to sacrifice more for the treasure than for our marriage. Because treasure, of course, you have to work hard. Of course, sometimes they scream at you. You have to be quiet. In marriage, scream at me. I have to answer back. How many businessmen, again, you know, that they have to beg their customers to buy from them? Do we beg in marriage as well? Because here is money involved. Here is emotions and ego involved. For my ego, I don't give up. But for my money, I give up. I work hard. I even get embarrassed. Let them put me down. Let them embarrass me. As long as I make money, I don't care. For treasure, you could have what? Insurance. Obviously, someone who has a treasure, few million, multi-million dollars house, multi-million dollars car, multi-million dollars mansion, multi-million dollars business, definitely they have what? Insurance. Do we get any insurance for our marriage? Let's say I want to get insurance for my marriage. What insurance can I get?
Belief in the marriage.
Excuse me?
Insurance is belief in the marriage.
The insurance for marriage is believe in marriage?
Belief in the marriage.
Belief in the marriage. Whoever believes in the marriage is protecting the marriage, is the insurance for the marriage, that the marriage never is gonna. Why then we have close to 68-70% rate of divorce nationwide? How is it possible 10 weddings, 7 of them is gonna be divorced and only 3 of them out of 10 checks that you gave, only 3 of them really last. The other 7 was paid for the lawyer. How is it possible that 70% of the nation, they make mistake in their marriage and there is no belief that there is no insurance to protect their marriage? I tell you why. When it comes to treasure, I feel responsible to protect my wealth, my money, my treasure. So I will do whatever to protect my treasure. But when it comes to marriage, I said, marriage should protect me. I'm here to benefit from my marriage. I'm not here to work hard for my marriage. Marriage is my insurance. I'm not the insurance for my marriage. I make my marriage as an umbrella, as a shield to protect myself. I'm not here to protect my marriage. That's the problem. Yes?
توی تورا حضرت ابراهیم بندش رو با اسحاق میفرستن که برای اسحاق پیدا کنن و اونجا ما میبینیم که وقتی کسی پیدا میکنه اون خانمی که پیدا میشه یا اون دختری که پیدا میشه خیلی با علاقه میاد جلو. اوکی آیا در تورا در این باره ها جای دیگه هم صحبت می
آره در مورد راحل که یعقوب رو خواست اونم علاقه نشون داد. درسته سارا که ابراهام اونم علاقه بود. ولی we get to that. So the difference is treasure I protect my treasure, but marriage protect me. I come with expectation to marriage, that marriage should build him up. Marriage should make me happy. Marriage should make me comfortable. Marriage should make me happy. Rich, this, that. That's why some people, they get married to be rich. Unless the husband is not rich, unless the father of the kala is not rich, I don't get married. I'm here to have some financial gain as well. I'm not here just to get married. I would like to be treated as a king, as a queen. I would like to buy me that car, that house. We come with expectation to marriage. And that not only protects or ensure our marriage, will damage our marriage. So what is the insurance for marriage? Sacrifice is the best insurance for a marriage. Giving up our right, our comfort, our emotions, our ego because of marriage. That's how we protect our marriage. So again, you see so many comparisons between treasure and marriage, and so many differences between treasure and marriage. But assuming, you know what, at the end of the day, I gave up. Yes, Rabbi, you are right. Marriage is the treasure. And there is a hidden treasure in the marriage. I want to go get it. In order to get treasure, to find the treasure, what's the first thing we need? A metal detector, but in the cartoons, have you seen the cartoons? What do they?
Oh, shovel.
Okay, before the shovel, we get to that.
Oh, treasure map. Treasure map.
Map, you need a map. You need a map.
I saw that concept.
Yeah, right?
But
So the map, what does the map tell you? Exact address? Have you ever looked at the treasure map? Does it give you the exact address? It gives you what?
direction. The area.
It gives you clues. Okay, you go 10 feet to this direction. Then you turn, you go that. Then you go, there is a tree with the branches inside, outside, whatever, a little bit different. You go around it, this corner, that corner. It gives you clues. Same thing, no problem. We were convinced there is a treasure in marriage and it's hidden, but you need map. The map just tell you the clues. You have to be able how to read the signs, how to read the clues. The map is what? Our ketuba. Ketuba is our map. If I don't follow my ketuba in marriage, there is no marriage. What are the 3 obligations or 3 clues in the ketuba? 1, she'era, food. 2nd, kesuta, clothing or shelter. 3rd, onata, emotional or intimacy support. If we don't follow these clues, food and clothing is from outside. Food goes inside the body, clothing covers the body, but intimacy or onata is our neshama, is much deeper connection. It's not just a physical connection. So we found a map. That's why once, unfortunately, there is no ketuva between husband and wife, there is no marriage. You need a map to direct you, give you clues and signs how to find the treasure. Next thing that you all were corrected, they were correct, shovel. We need digging tools to dig the ground, to find the treasure. Shovel. What is the shovel of life that you, in marriage, that you could find the treasure in marriage?
Talking to each other.
You mean communication?
Yes.
Okay. But we need, see, as the digging tools, as the shovel removes the dirt and goes deeper,
Understand.
you're getting closer. We need digging tools, means getting connected emotionally and not physically. Pleasure is with the touch, hugging, kissing, touching each other, being together. That's the physical. Is all outside and is kind of temporary. After a few minutes, after a few hours, goes away. Again, we need to refill it. Again, we need to reconnect. But once there is an emotional connection, which is Taharat Mishpacha, family purity comes and tells you, listen, try to build your emotional, internal connection, not external, physical, always hugging, always being available for each other, always kissing, always. You have a few times a week or few times a month, means every 14 or 2 weeks, that you have to stay away and you have to build your connection remotely, emotionally, invisible, from your heart and from your emotion to her heart and to her feeling. If you could do that, you are digging. This is the shovel. You're going now deep. Emotional connection, internal connection, not physical. That's why those who don't want to have a shovel, they want to have just a ketubah, just a map, and they don't want to dig. They want everything just underground, not underground. They don't find any treasure. They don't find any potential. They don't find any advantages to each other. They think everything has to be obvious. I don't see it. Seeing is believing. I don't see it. There is nothing there. Where is the treasure? They tricked me. Did you dig? Did you build emotional connection? No. Why? This, that. I don't have to. Since we don't want to build that, unfortunately, the treasure is there and we avoid it and we leave and we go. So therefore, dating really that help us as well. When two young boy and girl, they date each other, according to halacha, they cannot touch each other. Love before marriage is poisoning, is gonna lose the taste. After marriage, you say, nothing new. We knew each other from before. And that's why you're looking for something new again and you want to create. You don't find, you try to get it out somewhere else. Why? Because you lost that excitement which you could have after marriage. You touched it early and you lost it. Love before marriage. Doesn't matter how religious you are. Doesn't matter if you want to, listen, have boundaries, keep yourself limited. When the time comes, when the fruit is ripe enough, then you could have it and you could enjoy it. But if you want to have an early bite, when the fruit is not ready yet, it's gonna lose taste and you're not gonna continue having it. Wait a minute, don't rush. No, I don't think we are for each other. Why? Because I don't know, I didn't feel that we are each other. Because you didn't touch her, you think you are not for each other? Because you're feeling only with the touching, not with the emotional, internal, with the digging, with the shovel? So, if you don't want to lose the treasure and opportunities that Baruch Hashem, what a good wife, what a good husband we could have. Only look at everything by surface and not deep in the bottom. Let's work on emotional connection. Even after marriage, if you want to find the treasure, even after 20 years, you want to find the treasure in your marriage, let's get the shovel. Let's get the emotional connection, deeper, internal. But last but not least, you have a map, you have a shovel, you follow all the clues in the map, you dug enough, and really you got deep. You found the treasure. Wow, you found the treasure. So let me ask you, Jason, since you were so involved from the beginning. Imagine You found the treasure. You open it up. What are you expecting to see in that box? As if you open up and you find the old Asian book. Would you be happy as if you would have find the diamonds and golds in that box? So that's the whole thing. Sometimes, yes, I follow the map. I follow the ketubah. I work with a shovel. I dig enough. I find the treasure in my marriage. I open it up. Piece of old book from 2,000 years ago. What do I need that for? I thought I'm gonna find money, diamonds, golds. I work so hard. I have a news for you. Yes, many times we take marriage seriously and we believe in it. And then we look for the hidden treasure and we keep it secret. And we know that doesn't happen over time. And we are patient and we sacrifice and we build emotional connection. We do everything until we get to the treasure. We open up, we see he or she is a very good-hearted person. But I don't need just good-hearted person. I need someone who could bring money home. I need someone to make me famous. I need someone to do this for me. Sometimes we get disappointed, surprised. That was not what I was expecting for. Yeah, he's a good dad, but I'm not sure if he's a good husband. I thought he's gonna make me happy, take me this vacation, build me this mansion, do this for me. No, my friends, they got married to, you don't know, you don't want to, what a charismatic attitude and midot and a royal family with this type of name and this and fame, this and that. Unfortunately, we're looking for a wrong treasure. We just were kidding ourselves and we were giving false hope to ourselves that I'm going to be happy with my marriage. I'm going to be successful in my marriage. And all of a sudden we see, I just found in the treasure piece of book from 200 years ago. Just piece of information, not piece of diamond. I just found how pure this person is. I want someone that no one could stand in front of him. He should be so strong and no one could. We don't. And it comes to the point that unfortunately, we don't appreciate the treasure. And we say, so what? She's a good mom. So what? This, so what that? So what? She's so respectful. So what? She's so spiritual. So what? That she has a good heart. So what? Unfortunately, we were in the wrong direction and our dream, even before marriage, followed us into the marriage and didn't let us open our eyes from the beginning. Who I'm marrying, what advantages, what treasure I could really achieve in marriage. And that's the problem. That everything could go to waste if we have a wrong perspective in life, in marriage. I thought I get married to have someone wash me dishes, make me food, raising children, this and that. I see no. I have to work hard. I have to do this. I have to wash that. I have to prepare this. Well, I didn't get married to be a slave. I thought I'm going to be a king. I thought I'm going to be a queen. We do all the hard work with the wrong perspective. I end with this mashal that once was an old lady who was going from New York to Washington, D.C. He was on the train and he was busy with reading book. The train gets to Washington, everyone gets up, still she's reading book. The new passenger come, still she's reading book. The train start heading back to New York, still she's reading book. After she finished the book, she look at cross aisle, see, oh, there is a young girl there, and says, hi girl, say, yes, where are you going? The girl says, I'm going to New York. So the old lady said, you see, so wonderful. We are in the same train. One side goes to Washington, one side goes to New York. She didn't realize that she got already to Washington, but she didn't get up. She's going back. Unfortunately, sometimes we are in the same train with our spouse, with our husband, but we think, no, she's going that direction, I'm going this direction. We are in the same train. We are going the same direction. You have a wrong perspective. So, Bezat Shem, to recap and to finalize, treasure of marriage really is the marriage itself. If you believe in it, if you look at the hidden potential, not what you see, if you keep it secret and private, if you wait and be patient over time to nurture it and to make it, if you sacrifice for it, if you could follow the map, the clues, and read the signs, which is the ketubah, if you use the shovel to dig in, to get in touch to each other internally, emotionally connected, not just physically, and to have a right perspective that marriage is carriage. The same thing, the carriage, take me from A to B, same thing, from by marriage, I'm gonna grow from A to B. Marriage is to improve my spirituality, not my physicality. If I could have a right perspective into marriage, we didn't have 70% rate of divorce. We couldn't have old singles in the community. We would have had early marriages. We would have had long marriages, and wouldn't be so surprising. Wow, you lived with each other for 30 years, you were married. You know, for some people, it's so surprising. You know, we have been married for past 30 years. They think, wow, you are a fossil. You are from dinosaur age. 30 years you are married. Let's review this class, promote this class, and show everyone treasure of marriage is the marriage itself. Thank you for your coming today.